Hank Williams, the Hillbilly Shakespeare, presented by Real Wild Radio. Real Wild Radio is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. Our content is available for free across all platforms thanks to our donors and station sponsors. You can find out more at realwildradio.com. Few artists have had as big of an impact on country music as Hank Williams. His songs shaped the genre, and his tragic short life became a story of heartbreak and brilliance. Known as the Hillbilly Shakespeare, Hank didn't just write songs, he lived them. His music and his legend are the standards by which all country artists are measured, both in terms of musical success and personal struggles. Hiram Williams was born in a rural part of southern Alabama to parents who likely worked as strawberry farmers. His early life was marked by hardship. Hank was born with a spinal condition, spina bifida, that would cause him pain throughout his entire life. When he was just 6 years old, his father, Lon, entered a Veterans Administration hospital and left Hank's mother, Lily, to raise him and his siblings on her own. Lily and Hank moved several times when he was young, eventually settling in Montgomery, Alabama in 1937. By this point, Hank had already begun to pursue his passion for music and had formed his first band, the Drifting Cowboys, in 1938. He spent part of World War II working in shipyards in Mobile. His love for music, though, never faded, and after the war, he reformed the Drifting Cowboys and quickly became a star in Montgomery, though his growing fame was often hindered by his personal struggles. Despite the challenges he faced, Hank Williams' talent couldn't be denied. In the mid-40s, Nashville music publisher Fred Rose gave Hank the opportunity to write songs for Molly O'Day, a chance that would change his life. By 1946, Hank had signed his first recording contract with Sterling Records, and his music began to resonate with a wider audience. But it wasn't until he signed with MGM Records and released Move It On Over in 1947 that his career truly took off. Fred Rose also secured Hank a spot on Shreveport's Louisiana Hayride radio show in 1948. It was during this time Hank began performing Lovesick Blues, a song he learned from either Rex Griffin or Emmett Miller. This non-original tune became a massive hit and stayed at number one on the charts for 16 weeks in 1949. Hank's star was officially on the rise, and the success of Lovesick Blues led to an invitation to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. He quickly became one of country music's biggest stars. One of the things that made Hank Williams stand out was his ability to write songs that connected deeply with people. After the success of Lovesick Blues, he decided to focus on his own original material. Hits like Long Gone Lonesome Blues, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, and Your Cheatin' Heart are just a few examples of how Hank's songs spoke to everyday struggles of love, heartbreak, and life in rural America. But not all of Hank's music was destined for jukeboxes. At the height of his career, he began releasing a series of narrations and talking blues songs under the pseudonym Luke the Drifter. These songs carried strong moral messages, and Hank's record label MGM used the Luke the Drifter moniker to separate them from his more commercial hits. By the early 1950s, Hank was one of the most successful touring acts in country music. Every record he released seemed to top the charts, except for those released as Luke the Drifter, as well as his gospel duets with his first wife, Audrey. Unfortunately, as Hank's fame grew, so did his personal struggles. His battle with alcohol was well known, and the pressures of touring, marital problems, and chronic back pain from his spinal condition led to his reliance on painkillers. His performances became erratic, and by 1952, his career was in decline. He was fired by the Grand Ole Opry in August 1952 and returned to the Louisiana Hayride shortly after. Hank's personal life was also in turmoil. He'd separated from Audrey, married Billie Jean in October 1952, while another woman, Bobby Jett, was pregnant with his child. Despite his personal struggles, Hank Williams' music continued to dominate the charts. Songs like Jambalaya and I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive, which was just released before things really got out of control. And in late December 1952, Hank set out for a series of performances, but on New Year's Day 1953, he was found in the backseat of his car en route to a concert in Canton, Ohio. Hank Williams was only 29 years old when he passed, but in his short life, he revolutionized country music. His ability to express deep emotion with simple yet powerful lyrics continues to influence generations of country artists. Today, Hank Williams is regarded as one of the greatest songwriters in American history, and his music remains as vital today as it was during his lifetime. Hank Williams can be heard every single day on Real Wild Radio, and we'd love to invite you to tune in. You can listen for free at realwildradio.com, or you can download our app. Just visit your app store, search for Real Wild Radio, download, and tune in. Real Wild Radio is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. Our mission is to educate our audience on the history of country, western, and bluegrass music while introducing roots and Ameripolitan artists. I'd like to invite you to support our mission by making a tax-deductible donation or becoming a monthly supporter at realwildradio.com. Thanks for listening. Stay real, stay wild.